Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is May the 29th, 2019. Strong hand, compete. Don't complain. Offended by selling. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Unconfiscatable. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. In motion. Deferral of gratification. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. All right, people. Check out all the links below. Remember, if you're watching this live, I will answer your questions. You got to type in Bitcoin Meister. Get shirts like this below. All Good Lab. Thanks for your shirt. They're all linked to below. All sorts of ways you can support the show. Link to below, and follow me on Twitter, TECHBALT. That's TechBalt. So type in Bitcoin Meister in the chat if you want me to answer your questions. Let's start talking about altcoins. Why not? They don't have to die for Bitcoin to thrive. Clearly, there's people out there, oh, the altcoins, they all are going to have to go away for Bitcoin to realize its full potential. No, that's not the case at all. And they're not going to die. They're always going to be gamblers out there. Here is a tweet from Bitcoin Bolsa. He says, why do you keep insisting alts as a whole will go to zero? People like to gamble. That's a use case. Trading alts is like poker. Let's say an altcoin like Dash dies. Another altcoin, Dash Cash, will rise. Alts in total could still be 10 to 20% of the invested dollars. And I have said that before also in terms of the percentage. Let's say that the cryptocurrency space becomes a $10 trillion space. That's still one, and 10% is made, 90% for Bitcoin, 10% for altcoins. That's $1 trillion. 1 trillion, which is bigger than the entire current cryptocurrency space right now. So it's going to be huge. Still, we don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. But I mean, this is where the big boys play. You can ignore it. Who cares? If people are going to gamble, let them gamble. Okay. I warn people not to gamble, but 80%ers are going to do what 80%ers are going to do. Do people think that like 80%ers are just going to disappear off the face of the earth? That people are all of a sudden not going to be impulsive anymore, that all of a sudden people aren't going to dream of having the next Bitcoin? No, it's not going to happen. They're going to survive, and there will be, and some will be legitimate. Some will experiment, teach Bitcoin new things that Bitcoin will implement. A lot of them will be just total pump and dumps. You can't stop it. That's the beauty of the space, that you can fork off a Bitcoin. You can create your own altcoin. No one can stop you. It's awesome. That's awesome. And sure. And if you don't like it, you can complain about it and you can waste your time, or you can gamble on it, which I really don't recommend, or you could just ignore it and know that, have a strong hand on your Bitcoin. Don't get distracted by all that crypto noise and pound that like button. I want to clear up something from yesterday's show, talking about the holder, the great holder in Australia who has 2,000 Bitcoin and he's never moved it. And I was theorizing, well, maybe he's claimed his forks, his crypto dividends, his Bcash crypto dividend, his BGold crypto dividend, his BDiamond crypto dividend. Nope, he hasn't actually. I looked it up on the Bcash and the BGold blockchains, and he hasn't moved them at all. So I don't exactly know what this dude is doing. He's holding his Bcash and maybe he doesn't even know about crypto dividends. Who knows who this person? Very curious case. Because I mean, hey, if I were this guy, I would have took care of business, got rid of that Bcash, got rid of that BGold, at least moved it, at least done something. But nothing has happened. And again, I linked to the guy's Bitcoin address below, which should inspire all of you. And you can look up his address on Bcash and BGold also and see that nothing's changed there at all. All right, and this is the time of the show to remind all the newbies of this public service announcement here, that if you hold your Bitcoin and you control your private key, like that dude probably does in Australia, you will receive interest on your Bitcoin. You receive crypto dividends. You will receive forks, and you can sign up for airdrops and you get these altcoins and you turn them into Bitcoin. It is a little known fact about Bitcoin that true holders, true people who control their own private key, get crypto dividends on just by holding. This is not a static thing. You get interest on your Bitcoin if you know what you're doing and you control your private key. Pound that like button. Hey, so on yesterday's show, speaking of crypto dividends, because BSV was a crypto dividend of Bcash, which was a crypto dividend of Bitcoin. I said that BSV was going to pump probably because of the BSV event in Toronto today and tomorrow. The CoinGeek, the Pravda of BSV is putting on this event. And sure enough, it pumped today. Now, of course, CoinDesk says, and I linked to this below, that it pumped. And this did happen. There was more BSV fake news. I mean, BSV is the fake news altcoin. Pound that like button. The fake news was that Jim Jones over at BSV moved that there was a claim that the Bitcoin that is supposedly owned by Satoshi Nakamoto was moved by Jim Jones at BSV, but it actually didn't happen. And so it was tweeted out in Chinese, and all the Chinese got excited or something. And hey, maybe that's why that's probably part of the reason it pumped. But again, the CoinGeek people, they are promoting it in Toronto, and they're pretending to be. They think they have the next Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. So anyway, if you are crazy enough to buy that and jump into that thing, hey, then whatever. It's personal responsibility is new counterculture. You'll learn the hard way. And on that note, let's see if the 80%ers follow what this guy tweeted out. This guy says, BSV will play out like BitConnect. People will FOMO in because it's pumping, and then one day it'll drop like a rock. Now, of course, that's simplifying the BitConnect thing, dude. People did FOMO in because they heard of all these stories of, it was a big pyramid. And that if you got all these affiliates, you got so much BitConnect and blah, 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 blah. This is a little different. But again, will that mentality reign with BSV where people start to, it's going up in price. I'm jumping in. So I wouldn't directly compare it to BitConnect, but one can compare the FOMO, because it's nonsense FOMO. The BitConnect FOMO was complete nonsense. Now, and I would say fear of missing out on BSV, dude, you should fear getting in on BSV. If you're missing out, quote unquote missing out, you're doing well. Trust me on that one. But again, it's pumping, and they come out with fake news. Other people come up with fake news about it. They're pretty centralized. They're marketing it to their the Kool-Aid drinkers out there. Kool-Aid drinkers are going to do what they're going to do. They do just about anything. Now, if they all of a sudden, Jim Jones and the BSV people, if they all of a sudden go down to South America, Guyana, I would be worried. All right, 123 No Scope says, Bitcoin Meister, I was at my dermatologist today, and he said he bought 2 Bitcoin and about 6 weeks ago for around $4,800. I asked him if he knew about the halving, and he didn't. The halving isn't priced in. No, you're absolutely right. The halving isn't priced in. And yeah, dermatologists, doctors, guys with PhDs, yeah, they're getting into Bitcoin. No doubt about it. They're smart guys. Some of them are into more traditional things and are stuck in their ways. A lot of dermatologists like to, buy fancy cars and big houses for their wives and stuff. But hey, I give your dermatologist credit there. And change your diet a little bit so maybe you don't have to go to the derm. Maybe you have a serious problem. I don't know. I've never seen your beautiful face before. 123 No Scope. But hey, you're trying to take care of business, stay healthy, and everything like that. And I like that. Pound that like button. All right. So so many people out there think that cryptocurrency people, it's talking about new people getting into this space. Your dermatologist might not know about the halving, but I assume he's buying the Bitcoin to hold the Bitcoin, not to trade the Bitcoin, because so many people, they think, and I brought this up before, it's worth bringing up again if you're a newbie. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, it's not for trading. It's not. Some people think it's just for trading. If you get into it, you've got to do something with it. No, do nothing with it. Save it. And again, you will get interest if you control your private key on your Trezor, and you will get these crypto dividends, and you will be happy that way. You don't have to do all these risky, insane things, that's what trading is. But many people, they don't get it. They think you have to do something with it. You have to trade it. And then you have to gamble with these altcoins. No, there's no have to do anything in this space. That's the beauty of the space too. But a lot of people don't understand that. They get bored. Oh God, the impulsive nature of today's society. Pound that like button. Don't be impulsive, dudes. But again, there really are it's probably the majority of people in the cryptocurrency space think that you have to trade your cryptocurrency. Now, the majority of people in Bitcoin, I would hope they know they don't have to trade their Bitcoin. Because again, if you are in Bitcoin and you think you have to trade your Bitcoin, then you value your wealth in fiat. Why did you get into this in the first place? Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Try to get more Bitcoin. Get those crypto dividends, turn them into Bitcoin. All right, 123 No Scoop says, Meister, yeah, I have to talk to him about Bitcoin before like a year ago, and his attitude has changed. He wants to get 10 Bitcoin. That is awesome. That is awesome. 123 No Scope. Your dermatologist is a long-term thinker. That's great to see. All right, and again, I want to go back to BSV for 1 second here because we got another tweet out there, and it's very centralized. I mean, they're big pitch. And I talked to a guy in Long Beach who said, don't count BSV out. And I was like, oh my God, what is this guy talking about? But he believes, this guy thinks it's awesome that, you could build all these things on top of BSV, apparently, they say. It's just, huge amount of space, but it's how many miners are there? How many nodes are there? So centralized. And what is the incentive for them to have these huge blocks? But he says, there's smart people that are building great programs on top of the huge blocks. Again, to me, it seems like it's morph into like a private blockchain, basically. And anyway, this guy says BSV miners earned $57.41 in transaction fees yesterday. A minimum wage job at McDonald's paid $58 for an 8-hour shift. Yeah, great point there. What is the why mine these tremendous blocks? Why? I mean, anyway, it's not much financial incentive there. Okay, now the most reckless trading people should do is trade their Bitcoin from paid to script hash to BEC32. All right, Roman. Yeah, that's supposedly the ultimate there. Getting it into BEC32 addresses. And if people don't know what they're doing, don't worry about it, people. Just have it at a SegWit address. Have it at an address that starts with a 3. You see here, Roman? This is the thing. This is the thing. You just said something that will scare. And you're doing. I know you've got great intention. That will scare people away. For what I just said will not scare people away. Hey guys, you traditionally keep your Bitcoin at an address that starts with a 1. You should be keeping it at a 1 that starts with a 3. Okay, and this is the way we get new people comfortable about it. But again, if you understand what a BEC32 address is, that is great. It's inside information there, right there. You're saving yourself some money on transaction fees. All right, so moving on. Something I was thinking about that I didn't bother looking up. How many, for you fiat freaks out there, how many days has Bitcoin been worth more than $10,000 for? Currently, for fiat freaks, it's worth 8,000 and some dollars. What is it? 86, 87? I don't even know what it's worth. Because I value my wealth in Bitcoin. I'm trying to get more Bitcoin, baby. And by the way, if you happen to have BSV, today's a great day to get yourself some more Bitcoin. Turn that BSV into Bitcoin. 80%ers are valuing the BSV and more, a lot more in terms of Bitcoin than it was. It's gone in the last, less than a month, from less than 1% of a Bitcoin to 2% of a Bitcoin. So if you had it for some odd reason, turn it into Bitcoin. All right. But yeah, how many days has Bitcoin been worth over $10,000 in its life? Someone get me that report. Not many. And that just shows you how early we are in all this, for all you fiat-centric people out there. Because There will be a time when people won't even remember, oh, Bitcoin was under $10,000 in fiat value once. Wow. Wow, what a time. I wish I would have gotten in then. They'll be saying, oh, you were so lucky. You were so early. You were so early. You're so lucky. Excuses, no coin. So yeah, right now we are living in a time, if you're watching this in the future in 2021, we are living in an era where it's hardly ever been over 10K. Right now it's not over, it's 8K. So all right, here is a Block Crypto did a great summation of the Bitwise report. And so instead of reading the huge report, you guys should read this. It's a good summary, and I like this quote from it. And people will understand. Okay, as Bitwise points out in the report, it makes little sense to argue that Bitcoin is being used as a long-term store of value when its reported turnover is nearly 100x that of gold. Volumes that appear astonishing but are in fact fabricated will only cost investor confidence in Bitcoin, in the Bitcoin market. So what he's referring to here is that there's fake trading volume on all of these exchanges. There's only 10 exchanges that have real trading volume. So what it appeared was that tremendous amounts of Bitcoin, 100x that of gold, of the value of gold, was being traded every day. And indeed, if that was true, then it wouldn't be that great of a store of value. People are constantly getting rid of their Bitcoin, constantly moving it. Yeah, that's not good. So when you know the truth, you see, wait a second, there are tons of people that aren't doing anything with their Bitcoin. They are treating it as a savings mechanism. They are treating it as a store of value. And that's the truth. That is the truth. So the fake volumes were hiding this, okay? But still, the fake volume is out there. Still, people are, but the more people who realize what the truth is, the more people who are going to say, well, wait a second, this is a very stable asset. And I want a piece of it, and I'm not a trader, and I'm going to hold it, and not that, and you know, it appears that so much of it is being flipped around all the time, but really it's not. All right. And okay, so this was great news. Tony Sanak, who has been on my show before, who lives in Vancouver, Explore Kryptoni, he's linked to below, okay? He gave me this awesome news, this tip that no one's talking about out there. There's some people that are like NFL players are tweeting about Twitter, tweeting about Bitcoin, which is great. 80% are going to wake up to it. I want famous people to tweet about Bitcoin, okay? I think it is great. But there is a guy out there named Adam Kownacki, okay? I am butchering his name. He's from Poland originally. He lives in Brooklyn. He's a heavyweight boxer. He is ranked, he's like number 7 contender, I think. So I think he's ranked number 8 or number 9. He's a number 7 contender in heavyweight boxing. He's a big dude. He's got a big gut and everything. He's a big guy. And 6'3", 30 years old. And I just saw a clip from his last fight. He destroys this guy. I mean, it was unbelievable that the referee even let the fight continue. Now, I am not a big boxing fan. I think it's very unhealthy. I think what Adam is doing is very risky for his health. But he tweets out, he's a huge Bitcoin fan. Huge Bitcoin fan. The dude is tweeting it out. I'll let you go to his, again, I linked to him below. See, he tweets about the Casa node and everything. He knows what he's talking about. All right, this dude knows what he's talking about. So we should all hope that this man becomes the heavyweight champion of the world. And he's gonna get a title shot, probably. It looks like he'll get a title shot eventually. Even though he's currently number 7, because he's got a good gimmick. I mean, he's you should see him, man. You should see him. And again, a lot of boxing does boil down to race and stuff. So when the Rocky franchise is the example of that. It's been around since 1975. People have liked to see the white underdog go against the big black dude and everything. I mean, that's what again. I think boxing is. It's a lot of it is based on race. People are like, I want my race to beat the other race and everything. And you know what? If you're going to get your jollies that way, it's better than you just beating some guy. be proud of your race, I guess. I don't know, but that's a little bit. So he'll get it. He'll be the Great White Hope or something like that. The Great Polish Hope. Good luck to him. And I hope I hope he gets that title shot real soon. I hope he becomes the champion. Then everyone will start following him, and everyone will be like, "What's this Bitcoin thing this dude's talking about?" So, and I hope you Adam. I know Adam's probably going to watch this eventually. I hope you request a payday in Bitcoin. That would be awesome from wherever you fight at next, in Brooklyn or in Madison Square Garden, at the casino in Atlantic City, or whatever deal you get. All right. And Roman Chu said, looks like that 61 days above $10,000. That's really putting it in perspective. In 10 years of Bitcoin, there's been 61 days it's been over $10,000. Oh, it is early for those of you who say, oh, Meister, you got in early. No, it's still early. All right, 2013 was earlier? Sure. I practice what I preach, baby. Strong hand. You can't just, talk about it theoretically. Again, I wasn't just going to talk about it theoretically. I was going to get in. Have some skin in the game. Pound that like button. What is the smallest fraction of a Satoshi that is supported by the blockchain? Currently, what is it? It's eight decimals, right? Eight away. But it'll be more eventually. Currently, it's 8, right? I don't know. It's Steel Horse 2000. It's an interesting question there. Hope that's the answer. All right. Moving on toward the Meester. Oh, here's some FUD for you no coiners. Beware of tokens professing to be quantum secure. This whole area is scientific research territory still, far from having any practical use, credible demand. An average user should be more worried about misprinting a word to their seed phrase than scoping out QC quantum security feature coins. Okay, so there's some altcoins out there that say they're quantum secure. It's a gimmick, guys. Don't worry about that stuff now. I combined 2 tweets there. One was by Meester and one was by another guy. You should be much more worried about writing down your 24-word seed correctly than, well, maybe I should diversify for the sake of diversification because quantum computing is coming soon and this altcoin says it's quantum secure. No, it's a gimmick. Don't worry about it. Hey, this is where the big boys play. If these tokens are playing on people's fear of quantum computing, and so you don't need to diversify into quantum secure, supposedly. And who knows if they're really, how do they know they're really quantum secure if we don't even have quantum computing yet? I know you can. Anyway, what else do we have here? All right. Just Murphy, Adam Meister, I love your crypto dividend phrase. You were the original. Thank you, Just Murphy. You were awesome. I know you're a huge crypto dividend fan and you love that I came up with that. Keep on spreading the Meister word and pound that like button, Just Murphy. All right. Let's see. Fox Baltimore, back in my hometown of Baltimore. They're still dealing. It's the 21st day of the ransomware attack. And here are some quotes, man. This is, again, Baltimore City computers were hacked. The person wants Bitcoin. This is the power of Bitcoin right here. Baltimore City didn't have the Bitcoin. Baltimore City didn't want to buy the Bitcoin. Baltimore City wanted to, try to figure this out on their own. Now they're 21 days into this. There's no real estate transactions going on. So here we go. Baltimore City government systems are still down, but city officials are calling on Governor Larry Hogan to request a federal emergency and disaster declaration. We have to get this city back up and running as soon as possible, said City Council President Brandon Scott. Mayor Jack Young says there's still no timeline on when this all may be resolved. So they're requesting a federal bailout here. They want the governor to emergency. This is how far it has become. This is how far it's gone. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, if you are a big organization, you should have some insurance Bitcoin around just in case this happens to you. And again, it's horrible that this has happened. But if they did have the Bitcoin, they would get out of the situation. And again, the situation is huge. Obviously, now 21 days. It's bringing publicity to Bitcoin. It is bringing publicity to Bitcoin. Anyway, Just Murphy says, "Long live the state of Israel." Just Murphy, oh my God, thank you. I can't wait to be back in Israel. I'm glad you're a Zionist like I am. Thank you. Your comments have been great today, man. Unbelievable. We've had some great questions here today. So I will be in Israel. Of course, I know Jess Murphy's very excited about. Do you ever go to Israel, Jess Murphy? Maybe I'll see you there. In July, yes, I will be going to Israel in July, and I love Tel Aviv. I love it. Great Tel Aviv Bitcoin embassy. I'll be there July and August and a little bit of September. Then I'll be back for Rosh Hashanah. Okay, we got another question here. I mean, Jess Murphy's had some great ones. But Roman Q, quantum resistant altcoins would be maybe the next flavor of the month. Don't FOMO on alts. Oh, and then that just disappeared. Well, I don't know what happened there. Don't FOMO on alts, of course. BTC Moonkai say, hey, Bitcoin Meister, thanks for the update yesterday regarding the monster Aussie strong hand, 2,000 Bitcoin guy. Have fun in Australia. Yes, that's another thing. So again, I linked to that guy again below, but I will be in Australia starting October 17th. So I'll be in Sydney from October 17th to the 24th, and then Adelaide to from August 24th. October 24th to November 26th. So again, October is Australia. October and November are Australia. I hope I didn't say August too much there. All right, what else do we have here? The biggest supply shock in the history of financial markets. Yes, the halving. All right, finally, I want to link to someone who is in motion. My buddy Brian, he and Rocky. Brian had Rocky on his show the other day. Was it whatever? I just saw it. It's linked to below. You guys should check it out. Rocky Palumbo talks about the Bcash 51% attack on Brian's show. And I might see Rocky really soon because Rocky is in the LA area. All right, that is it, everyone. Remember, crypto dividends, baby. You heard it here first. It's the greatest thing out there for holders. It incentivizes you to hold. Pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the links below. Pound that like button, bang that bell button, and click on those squares. I will say hi to all you guys in the chat. See ya.